Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Gadget has put out a decent changelog for War Thunder, so I thought today we would go over it, have a look at it, and also as well talk about the next major update. We are finally entering update season, which is always quite fun. So over the next few days, we might find some more information out about the next updates. Remember, usually there are 5 major updates a year, and we're going into the first season of it, which should be quite fun. Anyway, as always, if you enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe and also get involved in the Japan Foundation Day stuff, which is going on right now. And yeah, let's get started. So first of all, I thought we would have a look at the updates. This is update 2.43.0.98, and they made a change which will massively affect air combat, and also in a very positive way. So basically what they've done in the graphics section is the clouds being too low in aircraft missions, leading to problems with landing or attacking vehicles in cloudy conditions, has been fixed. So if you've been on specific maps, like there's the one with the pillars in the middle of it, what you'll find is sometimes the clouds were literally on the ground level. Now, I don't know whether this was a problem with the fact that the maps themselves, when you spawn, you're quite high in altitude compared to your real altitude, and this meant that the clouds were going lower. But there was many times where, you go into land and you just can't see the airfield until the last second, or you just can't see it all. Or if you're going after the ground targets in the center, you can't see anything, and then you just run straight into the good old hill or mountain which is there, and it was just annoying. I understand why they've added more clouds in, by the way. The reason is because they want people to actually dogfight more instead of just firing missiles at each other, or they want to promote use of semi-active radar homing missiles over IR missiles. I really get what they were doing, and I generally think it's actually not a bad thing. More cloud cover, therefore you can, actually be able to defend yourself if you don't have countermeasures, and then also be a bit more proactive if you're more of a dogfighting vehicle, instead of just the click boom meta, which has been around for a while. And I think it was good. They just went way over the top with it in terms of altitude. They should have a layer of that in the game, but it shouldn't be on the ground so you can't see the ground. And many of us, I'm sure, have had those situations where it's super annoying to be able to see everything. So for aircraft, for the F-15 or variants, they fixed a bug where it was impossible to apply a decal to one part of the air intakes, so that's been fixed. Huge bug there. The Su-25 and the Su-25K, there was a bug where the armor penetration values of the KH-25, S-250F, and S-250FM rockets were not indicated, and that's been fixed. Well, that's fantastic. Doesn't matter though. Most people use that stuff just to overpressure things, so they don't even have to go anywhere near the actual targets. So penetration doesn't matter. What matters is the explosive mass, and that's why it's very annoying dealing with those things, because of course Su-25s are quite tanky, and then also at the same time, if they just land a rocket near you, you just pop. For ground vehicles, the OSAs and also the ITOs, a bug where the radar search angles did not match in the X-ray menu and in battle has been fixed, which obviously is quite important. You need to know the capabilities of your vehicles. The Chrysanthema S, there was a bug where only the second missile fired, not the first, guided to the target after capturing an enemy vehicle, and that has been fixed. I thought there was a problem with it for the longest time, because I read how it was supposed to work, and even, in like the dev blogs and the streams and stuff they did, but yeah, it just didn't work like that. And now it seems like they fixed it, which is good, so at least there's that. There was also a bug where smoke from the engine could continue to come out of the exhaust pipes when a vehicle was destroyed. That has actually got me caught out a few times, because I thought that vehicles were still alive when they weren't. And then also, the display of targeting tracking angles in the radar interface has been fixed too, which is fantastic, since more knowledge is power. A bug where using a custom scope would also cause the new range to show instantly without delay has been fixed. They finally fixed that one. Yeah, so if you didn't know, I actually talked about this a few times. So, you know, the site settings, the setup on it, if you actually used a one that you created instead of the default one, if you're using a laser rangefinder, it would instantly go to that range. So if you weren't using a custom site, you were actually at a disadvantage against people with laser rangefinders, which of course is not good. And I don't know why it took so long to fix this, but it's been a problem since they added the custom sites into the game. So I'm happy they fixed it. Should have been fixed a long time ago. Then also reflections in water in rainy and foggy weather with RT enabled in the graphics setting has been fixed too, which is nice to see. And then also a bug that caused the processing operation message to repeatedly appear after clicking on a vehicle in the convertible research points window has been removed from research, and that has been fixed. So good stuff overall. Nice to see some positive changes. So the other part to talk about today is, of course, the devlog season. Now, if you don't know generally how this works, when it comes to major updates for War Thunder, you have 5 of them a year. You have basically a March update, you have a June update, a September update, a November update, and then a December update. So that's kind of how it goes. And the way that the structure works, you have devlogs, and then you have the trailer, the teaser trailer, you usually have the sneak peek, and then you have the dev servers, and then you have the update itself. And the reason why I'm bringing it up today is because, well, we're entering kind of devlog season. This is during the time where the first devlogs kind of start turning up, and since it's a Tuesday, and since we're on this week, you know, it wouldn't be a surprise if we see a bunch of stuff in the next few days. One of the things I will say when it comes to this year already, Gaijin have done things a little bit differently. They've released stuff on weekends, which is something they usually don't do. Same with like Mondays. Normally things are stuck in that kind of Tuesday to Friday area, but for some reason they've started to do stuff differently. So it wouldn't be crazy if they started moving stuff about. But generally, for the next major update, you'll probably see one of the devlogs for it at the end of this week, and then they'll push it through and see what's going on kind of next week with a few more of the devlogs. We obviously had the teaser of the 2025 decal. We know that as well. There's the Valentine's Day stuff that is coming, so they'll probably do some things about that. And then also, at the same time, of course, all the Japanese Foundation Day stuff. So there's a bunch of things going on when it comes to War Thunder, and we're getting into one of the heavy seasons. I feel like when it comes to War Thunder, it's very much a revolving door nowadays. There's just so many different things which are going on, and it's one of those which, you know, is not a bad thing, by the way. It's actually a very powerful thing and really nice to be able to look at, and hopefully, you know, we can enjoy it as it kind of goes along. So, yeah, look forward to the first devlog either this week or next week. And then after that, we'll get into the full cycle and the circus that comes along too. My hope is, of course, we get some more AA additions into the game, maybe some more looks at the things that they talked about with BVD, so the new battleship stuff, maybe the submarine stuff, and also maybe a new look in terms of the World War mode and how that may work in the future. There's many things that can be done when it comes to War Thunder, and many things to look forward to. And over the next few weeks, I'm sure we'll be able to have a look at some of them. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. I'd just like to thank GMG Smiley, CD Beans, Chieftain Mike, EMN3 Galaxy, Tulio Pontecorvo, Brendan Quinn, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Wartinder, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Martinez, B. Young, Ozzy Panzer, Alan Hacker, Liam Shear, Opium Prime, Lafouche, Sem, Aslan, Uncle Bean, and Derek R. for supporting the channel.